this is a massive update, like a huge update to the internet. So new rules to protect children online enforced from today.
As of today, the UK's internet has changed.
Yep.
There are strict new rules in place designed to put children's safety online at the heart of our scrolling. Codes are now being enforced, and they'll change how adults can go online too.
For some services, this will mean putting in place highly effective age checks so that children can't access the service because fundamentally the service is not safe for children. So a pornography site, for example.
Yeah.
For other services...
This is definitely going to stop 12-year-old boys from looking at boobs on the internet. Oh, yeah, for sure. Definitely, Karen. You've really finally tricked them, and now they're not going to be able to get around you this time, huh? Oh, yeah.
This will mean other changes, such as making sure that their algorithms don't promote harmful content to children.
The most obvious change for adults overnight was this new strict
inquiry
age
with
verification.
persona.
These new age checks should stop under 18s from accessing pornography sites and should stop them seeing pornography on their social media feeds.
I mean, I don't know. I feel like you've obviously... Oh, what? She's wearing a mask? Oh, God.
Into the over 18 lobby.
Okay, let's see.
Yoti is one of the age verification systems many companies are now using to stop young people accessing inappropriate content.
Sure.
It uses AI to estimate users' ages and is precise enough that it can't even be tricked using massive...
It can't be tricked? What are you talking about? They tricked it with Death Stranding 2. I talked about this yesterday. What do you mean it can't be tricked? So anyway, just so you guys can see this, Death Stranding 2 UK. So just in case anybody missed this yesterday, people were using the photo mode for Death Stranding 2 in order to get everybody to, in order to get through this verification. So literally, I mean, I don't know what she was thinking. She should have just been playing a video game.
Or selfies.
I'm very surprised.
If you look under a certain
The
age...
women don't play video games, so she wouldn't have known about this, but as a guy, obviously we know that this is what happened yesterday.
Age 25, going into a shop for alcohol, or into a website, maybe it's 21, then you have to do, an age check. So it's very much the same with computer age estimation.
The idea behind these new age checks and algorithm changes is to stop teenagers stumbling across harmful content.
I think that they also have to discuss the elephant in the room, which is the fact that the reason why these kids are being negatively affected by this harmful content primarily is because they have shitty parents. But it's a lot easier for the parents to blame the government and to blame Google for the reason why they can't raise their kid right. But yeah, parents want to blame the companies because it's easy. It's like they want to blame McDonald's for their kids being fat. Why don't you blame yourself for taking your kids to McDonald's?
At a youth club in Warrington, teenagers told us
if I had a kid, I'd let him go on the internet as early as he wanted. Like, if he wants to be 7 years old going on the internet, go ahead. Go ahead, find out. You want to be 11 years old watching ISIS executions? Go ahead. You're going to find out. That's the real world. And no, I'm literally not even memeing. I'm not even joking. You sure? Yeah, of course. Of course, because that's the real world. Like, I think as a parent, like, your job is to, like, prepare your kid for the real world. You can't go and bubble wrap his whole life. But the difference is that I have confidence that I would be able to be like, yes, son, so, like, that's what happens if you fuck around. They'd be like, oh, damn, that's crazy. I said, yes, so you don't want to go over there because they're crazy. And he'd be like, oh, okay, right? And so that's it. Backwards ass take? No, absolutely not. But, like, I understand that, like, the way that I look at it isn't really the norm. Like, I was on the internet all the time. It was fine for me. But, I would also supervise what my kid was doing. It's not like I would just go ahead and be like, well, just do whatever you want, Billy. No, I'd say, okay, well, there's this thing, that thing, and the other thing, and make sure to avoid this, right? And so it's not like that's it. Makes sense? Yeah, of course.
If you're going in,
it's not easy to raise kids.
An online
yeah, probably
space
not.
And you're expecting kind of simplicity and everything to be nice and tame. You're kind of going in quite naive because, it's a very, very malicious place in the grand scheme of it.
So I do think there should be more restrictions in that, and the report and block system needs to be better.
Personally, I think it's a good idea to have more restrictions because, especially for like children younger than us, there's some things that are so accessible
The government has described these rules as the biggest step forward in children's safety online since the creation of the internet.
Oh, jeez.
But for families who
like every single person in this entire video is a Karen.
Already lost children because of online harm, the regulations don't go far enough. Ellen's son, Jules, died when he was 14 after he was thought to have watched harmful content online.
So he killed himself because he saw an internet... So wait a minute. So you think your kid killed himself because he saw a video on the internet?
Incredibly smart.
Is that it?
Funny, but had a very quick wit. He should be 18 on Sunday.
And so why did he kill himself?
And that's particularly hard. People always think, well, that's not going to happen to me. It's not going to happen to my child. And actually, the more we talk about it, it could be your child. I didn't expect it to be my child. I had couldn't cross my mind at all.
She doesn't just want changes to algorithms.
What the fuck does this have to do with the internet? Your kid kills himself and now nobody else can look at porn? I'm not putting two on top of two here.
Saying porn sites are 18, yet you can go on social media at 16 and see things like that you shouldn't be seeing.
Right.
How are those... Where's the similarity in those rules? It's ridiculous.
The government says these rules are just the first step in their campaign to protect children online. For many, these changes have been too long coming.
Yeah, your kid kills himself and then somehow nobody else can look at boobs. What a stupid fucking Karen rationalization. Maybe you should have been a better parent. I don't know. Maybe there's something wrong with your kid. But the whole world needs to change because of this? Give me a fucking break. What a joke. Who cares? Like, that's one person. Like, everybody now the whole world has to change because of this one thing. It's outrageous. It's crazy. How do you think like this? How the fuck do you think like this? It's insane. And so anyway, what a dumb bitch. Yeah, what a dumb bitch. And so anyway, it's a 1% thing. Yeah, exactly. Stumbled over boobs and died? Fuck, man. Yeah, like what kid looks up boobs on the internet and then wants to kill himself? Fuck, I think that's like the main reason not to. It doesn't even make sense. Well, anyway, I don't know her story, and apparently she's not even telling it, which means that maybe she doesn't know his story either. Maybe that's part of the reason why he killed himself. I've got no fucking idea. But I'll tell you one thing. A lot of these kids that pop off and turn into school shooters, violent people, or they kill themselves, whatever, you go back and you look at it and you see the parents aren't involved with anything. They totally ignore the fucking kid. Brutal. I'm not being brutal. I'm being honest. And the end result, and here's the problem. Here's the reason why I'm being brutal and honest about that. You could say I'm being brutally honest. And the reason why is because I don't want to see more kids like this kill themselves. And the way that you avoid that is you prevent people from making an excuse of saying, oh, well, it's okay that like I didn't do X, Y, and Z thing because it's actually Google's fault that Billy jumped off a bridge. No. Nope. Absolutely not. And so anyway, and there are some cases, I'm sure, where the internet does play a role in having a kid kill themselves. Absolutely, sure it happens. Definitely it happens. But to say this is like some kind of commonality, I don't think so, right? Look at the dislike ratio. Yeah, a lot of people don't like this at all. Blame starts with lazy parents. Well, this is the reason why I think a lot of people are angry. It's because they have lazy, dumb parents that want to blame the internet for the fact that they weren't present in their child's life, and then the kid kills himself, right? That's the reason why people are frustrated. But I do think that this is, by the way, this is only going to get worse. It's going to get more extreme, and you're going to see even more rules on the internet. Right now is only the beginning. I predict in 5 to 10 years, we will already see, if not have experienced, real ID on the internet in almost all regards and almost all scenarios. And I think that also what this is going to push, this is a secondary effect of it, is that it's going to push to create a segmented, regional internets. So, for example, I think a great example of this happening right now is South Korea. So South Korea has a lot. South Korea probably has some of the most, not oppressive isn't the right word, comprehensive rules for being on social media, playing online video games, etc. Like, you have to upload everything in order to, like, you have to have a social security number to play League of Legends, basically. Like, that's North Korea? No, it's not. It's South Korea. Look it up. I know what I'm talking about here. And so anyway, And so, yes, and anyway, South Korean ID is based everywhere. Yes, exactly. And like China, well, I'm not sure about China. I can't confirm that. I don't know that. And also, I think North Korea, I heard from people on the internet that North Korea also is pretty restrictive with what they let you do too. But I was talking about South Korea. And so anyway, what I think is going to happen is that South Korean, like, you know, a lot of their different social media websites and people like and things like this, they are separated from the rest of the world, right? Like they have different streaming websites, they have different, you know, like fucking, what do you call it? And this isn't everybody, right? But it's just like a general trend. Different streaming websites, they have different video websites, they have different social media websites. And so like they're basically in their own world. And I think that's what's going to happen to the internet as a whole, is that the internet is going to stop being the World Wide Web, and it's going to become regional webs that have interconnected elements between them. And the reason why is because as the internet has stopped being this just apparatus that exists separate from the real world, it is now something that everybody in the real world works in, right? Everybody is using the internet. Like all of your probably parents and grandparents are using the internet nowadays. And so you can't, like back in 2006, the internet was an alternate reality. In 2025, the internet is reality. The internet is where people spend usually, and I'm not even kidding, and we all know this is true, people spend more time on the internet than they do in real life. They worry about the centralization of information, but it's inevitable. I think that here's really where the worry is, and here's the main reason why people are concerned. So the reason why people are concerned is very simply because this can also be used as a reason to censor political opinions, to basically silence dissent, to, you know, implement harder speech laws and speech regulations that then make it to where people are less likely to speak out against current issues. So don't go and act like I don't understand where these problems are coming from. I definitely understand where the problems are coming from. All I'm saying is that I think this is inevitable. That's the actual issue. Yes, it is an actual issue. 100% it is. Yeah, there we go. Due to local laws, we are temporarily restricting access to this content until X estimates your age. UK government are now exploiting the Online Safety Act to censor footage of protests. And so that's really where the problem is. I mean, I think that we all can kind of agree that it would be better if there weren't 15-year-old girls on Instagram, and this is really just a problem waiting to happen. But the problem is that most, you know, my mom used to always tell me the road to hell is paved with good intentions. And I feel like that's very clearly what the problem with this is. And to this problem is they're censoring things that don't need censoring. Of course they are, because they're being overzealous in order to avoid a lawsuit, because they don't know where the line is, because that line hasn't been drawn by previous legal precedent. So they're going overboard and they're censoring extra things because they're worried about getting sued or getting in trouble in the long term. That's the reason why. So yeah.